Welcome to Inside the Skev, and I'm your host, Aaron Masliansky. Today, we meet Jon Marquardt. He is the Skokie Park District's Superintendent of Facilities. Jon administers all the district's revenue facilities and their staffs. He's also charged with developing innovative partnerships and outreach within the Skokie community. Jon serves as the Diversity Committee head, which oversees DEI initiatives and diversity events throughout the district. And in this episode, we're going to talk about his role in the upcoming Backlot Bash event, which is taking place in Skokie. So, Jon, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, it's, I really wanted to have you on because you're in charge of the Backlot Bash, and we're going to get to that. And I think it's an amazing event that takes place in Skokie now every year. And it's just a lot of fun. And it's, now that things are a little bit back more to normal. COVID's not over, but things are just as a little bit more as they were in 2019 and before that. So it's exciting to be able to feature the Backlot Bash. But before we get to that, how did you get into this line of work and what you're doing here at the Park District?
Oh gosh, I started probably about 27 years ago. I randomly was working out at a Park District facility in Park Ridge. And the aquatics person walked up to me and said, hey, do you know how to swim? I said, yeah. And he goes, you want to be a lifeguard? I said, sure. I was going to school and I'm like, sure, why not? So, back in 95, I became a lifeguard. And then I ended up doing some other things, got really interested in the field. And then I was going to become a teacher. And when I graduated, a job opened up at the Winnetka Park District as an athletic supervisor. And, that huge salary of $27,000 was, calling my name. So I had to jump on it, and then, I've been in Skokie for 18 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
What brought you over to Skokie? And do you live in Skokie now too?
No, actually I live in Arlington Heights.
Okay.
It was interesting. I was an athletics person in Winnetka, and then a fitness position opened up, and I've always been in fitness. My degree was a kinesiology degree. So I thought, hey, this is great. I work out all the time anyways. And they hired me here at Skokie as a fitness manager. And within 6 months, a position opened up above me as the facility manager. And I took that. And then a position opened up above me again. And I took that. And then a position opened up. And I just kept on going up and up and up. And like I said, I've been here for 18 years. I love it. Love the community.
Well, the Park District is great, and I'm actually a former employee of the Park District. I was a camp counselor many years ago at Central Park, and Weber Center is a great place. And it's just there's so many good things about the Park District, and But what you're doing also, you're doing different types of partnerships and programs. What does that mean? Like, what types of programming are you putting on?
So for me, my particular role is that I oversee the revenue facilities. So that's the golf course, the skating rink, the stadium, the pools, and our daycare center as well. Sports park or driving range. It's the big money makers of the district.
Yeah.
So with that being said, it's more so trying to bring more revenue to these facilities and how to create, different opportunities to bring that revenue to these facilities.
So you talk all about these different facilities, the stadium, there's a lot of work going on there right now. Tell us about that.
So it's interesting because it's probably close to about a $5 million project, but when patrons are going to come and walk in the front door, they're going to want to see what the $5 million actually, went to. Well, you're not going to see that. What you're going to see is the same exact stadium, but all the internal guts have been ripped out of it to pretty much maintain the ice and well into the future, because we were working with equipment that was 50 years old.
Wow.
And if you I wish I could show you some pictures, but it's really interesting to see that it's almost like a time warp, going back in time when you walk back there with little buzzers and lights that pop on that that have bulbs in them, no LEDs, little switches and sirens that go off, stuff that, it almost looks like the 1950s back there. So that was well past its age. And we were getting to a time where it was getting really critical that if it went out, there was not parts. I mean, wow. They're gone, they're no longer being made. probably a decade ago, they stopped making some of these parts. So we had to invest, like I said, close to $5 million in there to get actual equipment that's going to last us, well into the future. So
it's a pretty big project. And then when is it going to reopen?
right after Labor Day. So we're almost there. Knock on wood, we're almost there.
Knock on some ice.
Yeah, knock on some ice. Exactly.
Exactly. Yes. And then the other, there's a lot of different facilities, and you're only in charge of revenue. So you're not like looking at like Central Park and things like that where they're getting an update, right?
Right. That's a different. So we got 3 superintendents. One's in charge of recreation. And that's like pretty much runs the other facilities that I don't run. And then there's our park superintendent as well. And he handles all the parks, all the playgrounds, and all the planning that goes into that.
Yeah. Are there any other updates that are taking place to any of the facilities that you run, in like the pools or golf course or anything like that?
The big thing that we're doing right now is a netting project, which is aesthetically, it's netting. You can't get too excited about that. That's at our sports park or driving range, but we're adding a feature to the driving range, which is the TrackMan feature, which hopefully we're going to get done this fall. We were supposed to get it done in the summer, but contracts and wonderful things like that, it just kept on dragging on and on and on. But the TrackMan system is a virtual golf system. So when you go to your bay and you get a bucket of balls, it tracks your shots, and you can see it when you're watching PGA tours and stuff like that. The golfer will hit the ball and it will track how far it went, where it went. And there's also games you can play to keep your game a little interesting. And you can also play 18 holes of golf too. It's really, really cool.
From the spot where you are at
the spot you are, there's going to be a little screen that it's a virtual golf, essentially. It's like Top Golf, if you're familiar with that, but it's a little bit more in depth. So there's going to be a section that we have grass tees that people can use their cell phones and just download the app, and you can do all the games and everything like that on there. And then the ones that are in the actual bays are, there's your own private screen and stuff like that you can access, and also track your stats too. You log in and, it'll tell you how poorly you've been playing for the last 6 months, in my case.
Tell me how bad I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It could shame me. It's a shame machine.
It's a shame machine for people like me, but other people find it very helpful.
That's good for them.
Yeah.
And do you also handle the Weber golf course?
Yes. Which is great. That golf, well, let me take a couple steps back. I mean, this is probably the only thing that was good with COVID is golf. Mm-hmm. When everything got shut down, slowly but surely things outside were opening. So the only thing in town to do was golf or play tennis or pickleball, stuff outside.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think a lot of people renewed their interest in golf. So for the last how many years, I mean, literally since COVID, our golf numbers have been going through the roof. We've been seeing our lessons go up like 30%. And our before COVID, golf was taking a big downturn, and we were losing money at the golf course. Now we're making money. So this is great. People are excited to come back and play golf. So, we're just, constantly trying to think of things that keep on this, keep the renewed interest in it.
I think that I see that too. I mean, I started playing tennis again in the height of the pandemic, and I played as a kid. And then I just stopped, but it was such a nice thing to be able to do. And now I haven't played it quite as much in the past year, but I would absolutely love to. But it's those outdoor activities, I think, were so great to be able to just have a respite from what we were dealing with.
100%. And, golf was like the perfect, game for social distancing. You're just a lot of times you go out there by yourself or with a partner, and you don't have to worry about somebody from the next 200 yards, 150 yards. So it's a pretty good deal.
It is a pretty good deal. But now, things, since they are a little bit back to normal, you've got like the Weber Center, the fitness facility. Are people back in there like they were before? Are your numbers back up?
Yeah, I was really spoiled because I was one of those people that actually enjoyed that the fitness center was not too crowded. I got all my pieces of equipment, and when I was working out, and I'm like, this is great. I get to go on my treadmill. There's not a line for that. I get to go over here. This is perfect. I have my home, regime, and this is perfect. And then sure enough, I mean, it's great for us. Don't get me wrong. I'm being very selfish in this conversation right now. But yeah, people are coming back, and it's great. People realize, health is the key to sort of getting past this. So the healthier you are, the better you'll be. So it's great. It's great. Yeah, people are coming back. I mean, my machines are being used, so now I just, have to wait my turn like all the common folk, and I'm dealing with it, but it's okay.
Yeah, what a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. Yeah. It's horrible where our business is booming, and I'm complaining that I can't get on my treadmill.
Exactly. But that is good news that people are back there. And I actually was in Weber yesterday, just taking a look around and thinking about maybe some different advertising opportunities for myself, and walked around by the track, and it's just it's so nice. The facilities are great there, and I think that's one of the huge benefits of Skokie is just how great our facilities are, especially with the park district, and that things are being kept up, like the stadium, and you have different types of things that are going on to improve it over the years, and it's just such a great jewel of the town.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm a little biased, but I agree. Yes.
Yes. And as we get closer to when it gets colder out and everything, that track I think is going to be really, really valuable for people in the gym, and being able to use those facilities as it's going to be a little bit colder outside at the park. So I'm looking forward to utilizing it more.
Let's take a quick break to hear from our supporters.
Moving day is a happy day, but how can you be sure all of your stuff will get to the new place in the same condition they left the old place? Upgrade your experience to First Class Moving and Storage. You'll get a team of professionals who treat all of your belongings with care and have the right tools to make the job go smoothly. They even offer a full packing service. Upgrade to First Class Moving and Storage. They're local and independently owned. For more info, visit the website at firstclassmovers.com. That's the number one, stclassmovers.com.
Hi, I'm Aaron Masliansky, longtime Skokie and Evanston resident, host of Inside the Skev, and local real estate expert. As a community connector and realtor with Dreamtown Realty in downtown Evanston, I know firsthand what makes the Skev such an amazing place to live. When I'm helping my clients buy and sell properties inside of the Skev or out, I'm doing it with the best technology and support team behind me at Dreamtown. During the pandemic, I've been able to help my clients seamlessly stay on track with their home search. From immersive 3D Matterport tours, professional photos, to virtual open houses, my clients can find their homes safely and comfortably, and even from their couch. When you're ready to make a move, know that I'll be here to help. You can always find out more about me at skevinston.com/real estate. Again, that's skevinston.com/real estate, or email me at aaron@skevinston.com.
We have a big event coming up, this coming week, the Backlot Bash. And tell us a little bit about that. What's the history behind the Backlot Bash?
So the Backlot Bash started back in 2007. It was originally started to sort of create more economic presence, I guess, if you will, more people to the downtown area for, like a back to school event. So,
Sure.
Carnival and music and everything like that. And we had local businesses. The Skokie Chamber was heavily involved at the time, and, the Village of Skokie and the library. Everyone came together and thought, what can we do? Where can we do it? And we decided on Oakton, right in front of Village Hall. We closed down the street, from Laramie to Lincoln Avenue on Oakton, and then going north, we go up to Brown Street, and then south to Galetz. And it's a 3-day event. It's great. It brings over 25,000 people. The name Backlot, I guess, came from back in the day. Skokie was used as a sound set for some Charlie Chaplin movies. So 1916 or whatever, back in the day,
Before Skokie, before it was called Skokie.
Yeah, before it was called Skokie. And so we used that name, and we ran with it, and now we're going 15 years, minus the year of COVID that we didn't do it. But it's it's our biggest fest of the year. It's 3 days of fun, carnival food, carnival games, carnival rides, music, beer, lots of beer, food. It's great. I love it. I mean, it's don't get me wrong. It's my event, and I think I put in last year on my tracker on my watch. I was averaging 22 miles a day walking around. So,
oh wow,
starting Thursday through, because of setup, obviously it's Thursday, through Sunday when we finally opened the streets at 2:00 in the morning. I think I was at 97.6 miles for the
oh my God.
So it's tiring, but at the same time, it's great. I get such a kick out of just seeing how many people in town are there. I mean, out of towners, everybody. They just love it. So,
well, soon they'll have a new hotel to stay at also in downtown Skokie.
Even better. I know, exactly.
Yeah.
They can stumble right to it. Yeah.
Yes, the Homewood Suites.
Yeah.
So, and that is coming up this Friday, the August 26th, and it goes through Sunday the 28th, right?
Correct. So it starts on 6 p.m. on Friday the 26th, goes from 6 to 10 p.m. And then Saturday 11 to 10 p.m. and then Sunday 11 to 8 p.m.
Now, is it for just adults or is it for kids also? Or
it's for everybody. It's great too, because we do a little there's a designated area for beer, and that's the main strip on Oakton Avenue. But there's kids rides there too, so parents can have their cocktail of choice and wander over and have the kiddos go on the kids rides where they they can still enjoy a beverage. But so we have that. The music is for the adults. I mean, it's all family friendly music, don't get me wrong, but obviously the nighttime's more for the adults and the daytime's for the kids. Carnival rides are still going on at night, but we get a bigger adult presence obviously in the evenings.
What kind of carnival rides do you have?
Oh, every single one that I don't go on. Zipper, like the usual spinny, make you puke kind of rides.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, not for me at all. My kids absolutely love it. The little teacups and all that stuff. Anything that can make them dizzy as anything, they enjoy. The Fright House and all that sort of stuff. So the carnival is going to be set up in 3 sections. There's the kids area, like I said, right at the main part of the event on Oakton Avenue. And then there's a section that's in the village employee parking lot that's right across the street. There's a section that's in the Village Inn parking lot. And then there's also Lincoln Avenue that we just started doing last year. And that's Lincoln closes down from Brown south to Oakton.
And is it easy to get there for parking, or like where do people park, or would you suggest walking? Or
if you're a resident, I suggest walking. I mean, it's for me, I think it's always better, especially if you're having a couple cocktails, but
true.
The neighborhood, there's parking in the neighborhood. There's parking at the various church parking lots in the area. And I mean, parking's at a premium, don't get me wrong, but I mean, my friends go to it every year and they, there's never been a complaint once they walk in through the gates. So
yeah, and I've gone too, and there's no issue with getting the parking over there. Now, who you have a lot of live music. Who are the bands that are going to be playing?
So I'm super excited this year. We have an entertainment committee, and they're I don't really have a lot of say because I think my music, my choice of music is probably not the best for family events. I like the old school heavy metal and that kind of stuff. So I take my expertise and throw it out the window and let our entertainment committee pick the music. But this year I really got excited. And this is a sort of an old school throwback. I'm dating myself, but late 80s, early 90s, college, high school. Kid and Play is going to be playing on Friday night. So for me, that's super exciting. I really wanted to get them there. I think people are going to have a blast with old school hip hop. We haven't done it before.
Yeah.
So if it fails miserably, it's all in my head.
It's your fault.
But for me, it's going to be a blast, blast back to when I was in high school and college to see Kid and Play up on stage. So that's Friday night. We're going to have a opening act that's cover of doing all old school hip hop, new hip hop, obviously family friendly, no hardcore rap or anything like that. That's Two Hype Crew. So they're opening for Kid and Play, and they've opened up for Run DMC. They've opened up for all like the old school rap artists and stuff like that. Saturday night, it's Michael McDermott's opening up for Vertical Horizon. So that's going to be a big draw. I know a lot of my friends are really into Vertical Horizon. And then Sunday night is our stable has always been Tributosaurus. They always cover a different band every year, and they're a huge cover band that brings in all these different musicians and everything like that to really capture the artists that they're covering, and they're doing the Kinks. So that's going to be a huge crowd. And Sunday night's always a huge crowd. That's more of an older crowd, family crowd, and it's great way to close out the fest. And Tributosaurus always does an amazing job. And then besides that, throughout the day, there's just various artists, local artists that perform on the main stage as well as in the beer tent. So we go to www.backlotbash.com, and there's a whole lineup there to see all the different artists and stuff like that.
That's awesome. And then another thing that's going to be taking place on Saturday is the Backlot Dash. So
Backlot Dash.
Yeah. Tell us about that too.
That starts at 8 a.m. and the kids runs at 8:30. I got to double check that and look at my schedule. 8 a.m. is the kids run, I'm sorry, and the Backlot Dash starts at 8:30. I'm usually recovering from Friday night, working late and cleaning up beer cups everywhere. So I tend to miss the start time of the 5K race because I know I'll be there till about 11 o'clock on Saturday, and so on and so forth. But it's a fun event. It's always, we get close to 200 plus runners every year. And it's, it runs through the town. So it's a very nice event. People enjoy it.
Can you still sign up if you want to run in it?
Yes.
That's cool. And is it just a fundraiser for the area, or?
No, I mean, it goes to the event. All proceeds go to the event. Backlot Bash isn't really a moneymaker for us, but it's just a great event that we do that, we love doing. The community loves it.
That's awesome. I mean, it's such a way to showcase downtown Skokie. There's so many different businesses that are there now, and there's just so much momentum. I feel like, just going and getting a cup of coffee at Needs and Wants, or
exactly.
You got Take Flight now. You've got the hotel that's going to be opening up. You've got Libertad right there. I mean, and it's just a good way to bring so many people down there and see, okay, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And a new apartment building.
Right. Exactly. And that's what some businesses that when we started doing this were like, oh, I'm not going to be able to get, my parking, my street's going to be closed down, this and that. And it's like, take full advantage. We get 20-some thousand people this weekend. Do whatever you want to do to showcase your business. This is the time to do it, because you have not only, locals, but you have people out of town too that might want to come back here and, utilize your services. Needs and Wants does a great job doing special like Backlot Bash menus and stuff. So they're great. Village Inn obviously fully takes advantage of it. They're like the after hours place after our event closes,
Yeah.
So I totally encourage local businesses to just showcase whatever you have, take the opportunity to have as many people come through, come to your business.
Absolutely. And I mean, and you do other events during the year too, right? I mean, did you have a wrestling event recently?
Yeah, that's my baby. This is, I think, our 4th year doing it. And we closed down Brown Street right at the corner of Brown and Lincoln, right by the Village Inn. And we have professional wrestlers come out, and we get about 150 people every time we do it. And, the kids love it. It's, obviously pro wrestling is not everyone's cup of tea. I enjoy it. I think it's great. The wrestlers it's the same organization we get every year. And they interact so well with the kids, and the bad guys do the bad thing, get them everyone going and stuff like that. And you get the boos and the yay. It's cute. And like I said, it's, a couple hours on a Saturday, but it's unique to our town. And I think it's a fun event, it's a free event,
I gotta tell you, I got in big trouble when the posts were coming out from the Skokie Park District because a very close friend of mine, his name's Jeremy Fine. He runs a professional wrestling league as well, and it's his side thing. He's a rabbi of a synagogue in Deerfield, and he loves professional wrestling. So he's got this organization called Second Wrestling, and he's like, he's asked me like, where do you think would be a good place to do it in the Skev, in Skokie or Evanston, to try to put on the event? So I gave him some recommendations of some places to reach out to, but I didn't know about the wrestling tournament in Skokie. So he's like, oh my God, like you didn't know about this? So,
yeah.
So if I want to have dueling tournaments, I know a guy.
Yeah, no, I think he actually reached out to him, and I said at the time, we're pretty loyal to the one we got now. Obviously,
of course,
4 years with this group, but yeah, I mean, it's again, it's a unique thing that the Park District does to just encourage more, activity downtown, and it's a free event for everybody, family event.
It's amazing. Do you also put on stuff like the Skokie culture? Festival of Cultures, or is that?
Yeah, that's us too. So, I mean, our big three events obviously are the Festival of Culture sort of kicks it off in May, and then 4th of July, and then Backlot Bash. I mean, but we do a million different other smaller events. I mean, we were responsible for doing with obviously different community leaders and different community groups. We put the first Pride event on. We put the first Juneteenth event on. So first Day of the Dead, De los Muertos event. So we do a lot of different cultural things as well. But yeah, I mean, that fun's our thing, fun and education. And that's what we try to do is, obviously provide as much fun as possible, but throw, an educational component in there so people can learn something as well.
What a great job you have.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It really is. I'm sure it's a lot of hard work, but it's fun to be able to put these things on. Want to touch on 4th of July, you just mentioned. Obviously, we had a tragedy in Highland Park that everyone knows about, and fireworks were postponed for most of the communities in the Chicagoland area. You're going to be having fireworks though pretty soon to replace what would have been on the 4th, right?
Right. We're going to do a smaller show, not firework wise smaller, but just we're not going to do the bands and everything like that we had scheduled for the 4th. It's September 17th. Fireworks are probably going to kick off at 8:30 ish, but the event is going to open at 6:30. It's going to be at the same location, Niles West. We're going to have a DJ and some food vendors and stuff like that. So it's a smaller event, but the fireworks are going to be the same and still spectacular.
Yeah, and it's going to be actually really special to have it at a different time of the year where you probably can get around and be able to see it better. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think that's great that you're still being able to put it on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So, you've got all these different events throughout the year. I'm sure new things happen, or if people want to get involved, where is the best place that they should go to learn about it and, follow what you're doing?
The best place to go is our website. Besides that, I'm trying to think. I'm looking up stuff as we go along because my memory is still a little dusty from COVID, to tell the truth. But honestly, the website's where it's at, or anytime you go into any of our facilities, you can ask to speak to any one of our supervisors if you have a great idea or just want to share a concern or a thought or anything like that. We all have open door policies, so feel free to always come in and talk to us or give us a call too.
And the website for the Park District, I'm going to have in the show notes. So if anyone wants to click there, but also if you go to skokieparks.org, that's probably the best place to go, right?
Best place to go. It has all of our information in there. It's very user friendly. So.
And if I remember correctly, I have this number burned into my head. This Park District is 847-674-1500.
Yeah. That's it.
So thank you. So I've been in Skokie a long time where I remember the phone numbers for the Park District.
It's funny because I had the same thing burnt in my head as our fax number, which I never use. I haven't used in probably 17 years, but it's 847-673-9201. But I don't know why. Yeah.
Right.
Why?
It's so funny. Well, Jon, this is great. I'm looking forward to being at the Backlot Bash, participating and having a great time. I really appreciate your time today and talking to me, because I know you've got a lot going on. Good luck on the event, and thank you.
No, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate you giving me the time too. And like I said, please, everyone who's watching this, please come on by and come on, have a cocktail, have a deep fried Oreo or whatever they deep fry nowadays, and go on some of those puke spinning rides.
Yeah,
be a good time.
Put all your beer and everything on.
Yeah, blow everything out.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Jon.